am honored to be here with Barack Obama.
The 2008 presidential race has already produced some memorable moments.
Is there anybody on the stage that does not agree in believe in evolution?
Who let the dogs out? Who?
But which will stand the test of time? CQ Politics looks back at some of the make,
there you go again,
or break,
and then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
moments of past elections.
my fellow Americans.
In 1952, there was word that Dwight Eisenhower was planning to drop Richard Nixon from his ticket. There were allegations that Nixon had accepted illegal campaign contributions. Determined to set the record straight, Nixon went on TV to share his family's financial history.
But Pat and I have the satisfaction that every dime that we've got is honestly ours.
And for the kicker, he admitted to one contribution that he wasn't going to return.
A man down in Texas heard Pat on the radio mention the fact that our two youngsters would like to have a dog. And our little girl, Tricia, the 6-year-old, named it Checkers. Regardless of what they say about it, we're going to keep it.
Nixon held on to Checkers, and he held on to his vice presidential spot. He and Eisenhower got 55% of the popular vote, beating Illinois Governor Adlai Stevenson. Then there's Ronald Reagan, who seemed to always have the right quip for the right moment. In a 1984 debate against Walter Mondale, the 73-year-old Reagan was asked if he was up to the task of being president 4 more years.
I am not going to exploit, for political purposes, my opponent's youth and inexperience.
Even his opponent thought that one was funny. It was a photo that helped George H.W. Bush win the White House in 1988. This now infamous shot of his opponent, Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis, made Dukakis look weak in comparison to Bush, who was a World War II veteran. Of course, Bush was also helped by a certain pledge to the American people.
Read my lips.
But 4 years later, the quote came back to haunt him. Bush did raise taxes, and in 1992, his opponents used the line against him. Read my lips earned the distinction of both driving a campaign to victory and sinking it to defeat.
You don't have to read his lips, read his record. Clinton Gore, for people, for a change.
In 1967, Michigan Republican Governor George Romney's campaign was derailed by this explanation of how he came to support the Vietnam War.
Now.
Well, you know, when I came back from Vietnam, I just had the greatest brainwashing that anybody can get.
His use of the word brainwashing raised eyebrows just 6 years after this book was made into a movie. In the 1972 New Hampshire primary, Democrat Ed Muskie appeared to tear up while defending his wife from a hurtful editorial. Although he claimed it was a snowflake that landed on his cheek, news of a tearful Muskie spread quickly, and the incident even got a name, the Muskie moment. But tears can help a campaign, too.
You know, I have so many opportunities from this country. I just don't want to see us fall backwards. You know.
Some pundits thought this moment helped propel Clinton from far behind Obama in New Hampshire to first place. The Granite State's second emotional episode, and the second Clinton comeback kid. And then there was this speech following the 2004 Iowa caucuses.
We're going to South Carolina and Oklahoma and Arizona and North Dakota and New Mexico. We're going to California and Texas and New York. And we're going to South Dakota and Oregon and Washington and Michigan. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
The scream barely registered to those at the loud rally, but it appeared shrill to TV viewers. The scream, coupled with his third-place finish in Iowa, was the beginning of a fiery end for the Dean campaign. So what will be the defining moment of the 2008 campaign? All we can be sure of is that it takes just one quote.
President Bush has talked about our staying in Iraq for 50 years.
Maybe 100.
One quip.
So I would say he had sanctuary mansion, not just sanctuary city.
One image. One flub.
I remember landing under sniper fire.
To make it or break it and seal a candidate's fate in campaign history.